I have been waiting for this day forever. So welcome back to the channel, folks. It is 78 degrees outside. It has rained pretty much nonstop all day. It is obviously not raining right now, but hence the little rain jacket that I'm in. But we're at a spot here. I've kind of had my eyes on it for about the last 3 or 4 months, and I finally got a hold of it. And I'm kind of bummed out about it because I saw all these rocks behind me, and there's a little fire ring right in the middle, and I thought it'd be a perfect little episode to kind of hang out in these rocks, have a fire. But I wasn't even thinking. We've been in a burn ban for the last 6 months, and we're still in a burn ban even though it rained all day. But here, take a look. Let me scoot back a little bit. My camera's fogging up because it's so cold in my truck. But you just got these huge boulders all around, and you can see we still got some water puddles in these rocks. I really don't want to find out what's hidden up in that rock. I'm sure they'll come crawling out tonight, but here's the fire ring that I envisioned having a nice fire. But these kind of little boulders, you go all the way back here, and it's kind of soupy and muddy out here right now. And I think I'm definitely going to have to get my thermocell out. There's bugs everywhere. I don't know what they are, mosquitoes and flying, biting, nasty bugs. But yeah, here we are. This is going to be our little episode for this evening. Not near a lake, so obviously no fishing. If I was near a lake, there probably wouldn't be any fishing. Anyway, I'm going to kind of get unpacked and get squared away because I do have a couple of really cool things to try out in this video. And the big thing with this episode is I didn't even bring my AC unit. That's how good it feels outside right now. It might get a little muggy, but no AC unit, so it's gonna be a nice quiet interior tonight without that 5,000 BTU AC blaring at me all night long. So yeah, anyway folks, I'm gonna get set up. Okay, well, you can't see me. Let's see. There we are. Well, I'm a little bit worried because it's pretty muggy, and again, I don't have my air conditioning unit, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too uncomfortable. But I'm just so tired of lugging around that big old air conditioning unit and getting to camp and setting up. So hopefully my shoes won't get wet. But let's come in here and get set up real quick. There we go. That's much better lighting now. But I did bring a fan, luckily. My other fan went kaput on me last week. It didn't go kaput on me. I fried it. But, whew. Okay, yeah, that feels... We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm actually going to open up my windows. I haven't done that in so long. I'm probably going to say I haven't done that a lot in this video. Let's get some airflow going. So this is going to be, I hope you can hear me with this fan right next to the microphone, but just a really laid back, simple, chill little episode, and just enjoying it not being 115,000 degrees outside is my main goal. But got a couple of cool things I want to show you folks, and I enjoyed that projector and watching that movie last week so much. I kind of rigged up a new system, a new setup that I'm going to try out to use tonight. It's nothing permanent. I'll probably tweak it a little bit more, but I'm going to show you folks what I ended up doing to kind of better that screen, because that screen last week just it didn't cut it. It worked, but I think I got a little better situation to use tonight. For that, I think that's it for setup. That's super simple when you don't have to bring an AC unit. I don't have to set up the false tailgate. I'm not even hooked up to shore power right now. There's no need to be. My little power station is powering these tiny lights. That's all that I have to power. This is unfortunately going to be short-lived, I think, because next week it's supposed to be back up to 98 degrees. I'm going to soak this up while I can. So let me show you folks what I brought that I think is pretty cool. So we'll see you outside. All right, so what do I have? Well, I'm glad you asked. What I have here that I'm so excited to use tonight is a hitch-mounted hammock stand, I guess is the best way to describe it. So this is from Adventure Hammock Systems, and you put this into the receiver of your truck hitch, and you've got a couple of aluminum poles that come out, and you can connect a hammock to your truck or a car or wherever you have a receiver hitch. But this thing is super sturdy. All of these components are made in let's see, Bend, Oregon. All American made, all American steel, American company, good thing. So folks, I'm gonna get this thing set up, and I know how it works. I've used it twice in my driveway already, and it's pretty comfy. But let me show you folks how it's set up, because it takes all of about 17.5 seconds. All right, so of course you have your main hitch piece, and this simply just goes into your truck hitch. And that's pretty much set up. But obviously it comes with a couple of poles to go along with it. They just slide right here. And then you're going to have two smaller aluminum poles with hammock hooks on the other end. Oh. And that is set up. Now you just got to get a hammock. And this is a little $20 hammock that I got a couple, I think last summer. But you don't need the tree straps for this. Just open up your hammock. And that's it. Check it out. Hammock anywhere. Love it. But we're still missing one thing. So tonight I thought I would treat myself to a little bit of whiskey, and this is Doughball cookie dough whiskey. I know it's kind of silly, but this is on loan from my sister, so figured I'd give it a try. Even brought a little glass to use tonight. Having a little bit of ice would have been fantastic with this. Let's give it a shot. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. Ooh. My taste buds aren't quite used to the whiskey. Might as well make this legit. Shoes off. Well, let's put that glass down first. This is epic. Cheers. Just given the fact that I could stay out there for about 45 minutes and not sweat to death is a huge bonus. I do wish it was a little bit cooler, and I'm glad I brought that fan, because It's like 78 degrees, but it's just a little sticky. So having an AC would have been a little bit more comfortable, but guys, the last 6 months, it's been over 100 degrees, it feels like, so I'm gonna take it. But I'm getting hungry. It's way past my dinner time. We eat at like 4:30 because my daughter loves to eat, and so as soon as she gets home from school, we pretty much have dinner. Because if we don't, she gets hangry, and you don't want that to happen. So we're accustomed to eating really, really early. But before we get actual real movie time going on tonight, and I show you folks what I did, I'm just gonna enjoy a little bit of iPad movies while I have a bit of a snack here. And I can't even remember what I downloaded now. A whole bunch more of those I'm a sociopath type videos. I got a good one. I might save this for the big screen, but I got the hatchet wielding hitchhiker. I don't know what's wrong with me, and I've got a hair blowing on me somewhere. So it's the hatchet wielding hitchhiker missing the Lucy Blackman case. Let's watch that while we eat a salad.
I remember Lucy saying, well, I'd like to travel to Japan. I'm fascinated by the culture out there.
Dohan is probably the part of hostessing that...
I do this all the time. I end up sitting here for an hour and a half, get sucked into those stupid documentaries, and I forgot dinner. So let's get dinner cooked up really quick. So the dinner that I brought tonight, folks, I brought thinking that I wouldn't be able to cook outside because it was raining all day long. So I just brought some stuff that I could cook in the truck. Oh, and of course, my favorite dessert, cottage cheese and peaches. Yeah, I know. Oh, and I forgot that I brought my fruit tonight. But tonight is going to be for dinner just raviolis. So, Freudian slip, whatever you call it. My daughter calls raviolis raviolis. So, it's just become accustomed to my wife and I to call these things raviolis, which I just did. But mushroom stuffed raviolis for dinner tonight. And we also my daughter calls pajamas jamamas. So I can't remember the last time I actually said pajamas because I'm so used to saying her version of it now, jamamas. But man, there is no like easy setting on these things. Not too bad. So for the sauce, oops. Just some simple vodka sauce. I don't think I've ever had mushroom raviolis, so I have no idea how this is going to taste. So I didn't use my jet boil because I still use that for coffee. This is just kind of the cheap knockoff Fire Maple brand, which in all honesty works almost just as well. It's just heavier. But I didn't want my coffee tasting like mushroom ravioli, even though if I clean it out, I was just afraid it would kind of have that taste to it. See how this goes. yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Wouldn't stay up at night craving this. I would rather kind of put it out on a plate and maybe sprinkle some Parmesan cheese or something on it, but for just a quick meal, it'll do. Dinner's put up, cleaned up, ready to go. Now, I'm going to show you folks what I did to kind of better this little movie screen thing that I did from last week. So I actually bought this. It's called a movie screen, like an outdoor portable movie screen, washable screen, I guess. I don't know. This is a 40-inch wide one. 50-inch would be perfect, but I could only find either 40 or 60 naturally. So this is a little bit smaller than what this area can handle, but it's going to work. So I just hot glued, again, some more Velcro on the top of this, and we're going to get this thing centered as best we can. And my idea for this is to use my all-time favorite little Night Eyes cam buckle straps with a bowline loop tied on one end, and I'm gonna attach it to my latches on my window and kind of pull it taut. At least that's the plan. I'm gonna rethink that. So what I'm going to do, because that's kind of putting it at an angle, I'm actually going to attach it to the side of my bed. I got some extra little strap hooks from my cot organizer type thing. That is so much better than last week. That's looking good. I like that. So I'm also going to try out a new hotspot. I got a lot of questions on the hotspot that I used last week, and it's a great hotspot. The data on it's very expensive because it doesn't expire. This particular hotspot from RoamWiFi is a lot cheaper data to purchase. However, it has an expiration date. So I think 100 gigs of data for this is around $149, which sounds like a lot, but 100 gigs is a lot. But it expires after 90 days. My other hotspot was like 10 gigs for 50 bucks. So it's way more expensive, but they don't expire. This, you can get a lot more data if you know you're going to use it. I think this is going to be a better deal, but I'm going to get it turned on, and I'm going to hope that we can get some type of hotspot service here. So I got a little welcome sign, and it's going to think for a while. So while it thinks, I'm going to get this projector out and kind of ready to go, and we'll see you folks in a second. Okay, so sweet. I got the screen set up. I got it all keystoned out. Everything looks good. The little Wi-Fi hotspot actually is connected now, which is awesome. So let's hope that it's going to be fast enough to actually stream some movies on Netflix. But overall, the screen is so much better than last time. I'm kind of in the way. Well, for some reason, I don't know if the signal's not good enough. I don't know. I'm going to cut this Wi-Fi off and try my other hotspot and see if it works. I'm assuming it's probably because it is peak time. It's 8:30, and I can't get either of these hotspots to work. So, never fear, I do have a plan B, but I was really hoping to test this guy out because the data is so cheap. So I will be trying to use this in the next couple of weeks to let you folks know if it works well, because if it does, it is a lot cheaper data plan, but I can't get either one to work. I do have one of those adapters from Apple for my actual iPad. So luckily, I downloaded some Netflix movies on my iPad as a backup plan. And I'll eventually get these lights cut off, but we're gonna watch The Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker.
Have you heard about Kai, the hitchhiking hatchet hero? If you haven't, you will. It's the hottest video on the internet right now. What do you want to talk about? What happened today? This was not a typical news story.
Well, folks, movie screen's put up, and all I'm going to say is do not waste an hour and a half of your life by watching The Adventures of the Hatchet-Wielding Hitchhiker or whatever the heck I just watched, because it was absolutely terrible. Dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was a true story, but it was just, I wish I could have that hour and a half back. But anyway, it's all put up. Worked fine once I got the iPad hooked up to it. I don't know why my phone doesn't work, but I'll figure that out later. I'm sure it has something to do with Apple. But anyway, gang, I'm gonna head to bed, and we'll see you folks in the morning. But I'll leave you with this, folks. While I was watching that terrible, terrible movie, I got a notification today that 10 years ago today, we brought home Pig. She is 10 years old, a little bit over 10 years old, and she became our little piglet 10 years ago today. So here's kind of what a picture of her looks like 10 years ago on the day that my wife went and picked her up and brought her home. She was a little spud, but that's why I don't bring her out so much on any. I haven't brought her out at all during the summer, is because she's too old and it was way too hot for her. But anyway, I thought that was kind of funny that popped up on my phone while I was watching that. So, little random fact for you. But anyway, folks, I'm going to head to bed, and I'm kind of missing my AC unit right now. It's not hot in here, but it's just kind of sticky outside. So I'm going to cut this fan on high, stick it up here, and hopefully be able to have a good night's sleep. So anyway, folks, we'll see you in the morning. See ya. Good morning, everyone. A little bit of a later start. Forgot to hit the record button, but you can only see me make coffee so many times, right? So coffee is made. I'm just kind of waiting for it to stew in here, and I have no put up this morning, which is great. Don't need to put the AC up. Tailgate doesn't have to come in. Nothing. So it's going to be an easy getaway this morning. It is. I slept okay. It is. Let's see. What's the temp? 69 degrees outside. Have no idea what the humidity is. 96%. So 69 degrees, but it's pretty sticky outside, and it's right at 7 o'clock in the morning. Probably can't see that, but it's not terrible. It would have been a little more comfortable with an AC unit, but no way I'm going to complain because it's been 108 degrees out here last week, so I'll take it where I can. Luckily, next week's supposed to be really hot again, but I won't be camping next week, folks. I'm going to be playing Mr. Mom at home. So my wife is going on a little girls trip that she probably so desperately needs. So I'm going to be at home with the kiddos on Thursday night through Sunday. So I might try to do a little live episode Friday night maybe, but no camping episode. And then the week after is going to be Oklahoma trip. So, and then after that, I think is my little 3-day trip, and then after that is going to be my my little surprise that my wife and I have been waiting to show you. So, quite a bit coming on. So stay tuned for a little announcement next week if I'm going to end up having a live episode. If I can find a babysitter for the kids Friday night, we'll see. I don't know, but get this. This was a lifesaver. I couldn't have done it without this fan. I know, with no AC unit, that would not have been fun, but I'm pretty much packed up and ready to head out of here. So we'll see you folks outside. Pretty cloudy morning, so there's not going to be any type of sunrise. I can keep my balance. But it's still a pretty peaceful little morning. The sky's almost like red. Doesn't come through on camera, but it's got a kind of a weird haze to it. I don't know. Anyway, gonna put you down and get the rest packed up. Well, folks, that's going to be it. That is a wrap for this video. And hopefully you can hear me. I'm trying to be a little quiet. I do have some neighbors over here, and I'm sure they're sleeping. So trying not to completely annoy them this early in the morning, but birds are awake. I don't know if you can hear those. So anyway, folks, all right. Got my coffee. Truck's packed up, ready to go, so we'll see you soon. Take care.